My friends, we're back on Studio 520. This is your coach, Mr. Magno. Now, we're now entering a realm of thinking. Now, this is the last lesson on Module 1, and it brings everything together. And it's a word problem. So this is thinking time. You have to make sure that you think in these problems. That's all you got to do. Now, let's look at the problem and let's see the instructions. Solve using tape diagrams. Okay, I'll teach you what the tape diagram is. A gardener installed 42.6 meters of fencing in a week. So that's how much he did in 1 week. He installed 13.45 hundredths on Monday and 9.5 meters on Tuesday. He installed the rest of the fence in equal lengths. So the rest of the fence, he installed that in equal lengths on Wednesday through Friday. So that means whatever is left is going to be divided by these three. Now, the question is, how many meters, here's the question, how many meters of fencing did he install on each of the last 3 days? Okay, well, let's create a tape diagram for that. So this tape diagram is going to represent everything that all the fence, okay, the amount of fence that he installed. So, and we're going to label it as such. So this is how much this is 42.6. Now, it says that he installed from Monday through Friday. So we can divide this into, that'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we can label this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this is your tape diagram, and those are the days, and on each day he installed a different amount of fencing. So if you look at your information, on Monday he installed 13. So Monday he installed 13.545 meters. Now on Tuesday, here's what he did on Tuesday. This Tuesday he installed 9.5 meters. And the rest of the fence in equal lengths. Okay, so whatever is left, which is these 3 days, for each day he did the same amount because it says equal length. So the first thing we got to do is we need to add these two up to find out how much we have left from that number. So that is we're going to add 13.45 plus 9.45. Now remember, this is thinking time. You're applying the skills that you already know. So when we add it up, it's like 10. We carry 1 over, that will be 9. Decimal point is aligned. And 9 plus 13 equals 22. So now we know that these two, the total of those two is 22.90 meters, or 9/10 of a meter. Now, whatever is left from that number is going to be the what's going to be divided by those 3 days. So let's do that. So let's get the total of the fence minus the total that he did on Monday and Tuesday, which is 22.90, which is this right here. And now remember, we can place 0 hundredths right here, so it will be easier for us. Let's do this multiplication. We're going to subtract 0 from 0, and the answer is 0. We subtract 9 from 6 is not possible, so we have to go to the ones and borrow 1/10, and this becomes 16/10. So you subtract 9 from 16, the answer is 7. Remember to align the decimal point. To subtract 2 from 1 is not possible, so we're going to borrow from the tenths. The tenths become 3/10, and this becomes 11 ones. Subtract 2 from 11 ones, it's 9, and 2 from 3 equals 1. So now this is the amount that is left for those 3 days. Now, we have to divide this number by each of the days because it has to be on equal lengths. So let's do that. So we have 1970 divided by 3 days, which is Wednesday through Friday. So division, this is the standard algorithm. How many groups of 3's can you make out of 1? And the answer is 0. How many groups of 3's can you make out of 19? If you know your multiplications, I'm just going to do that right here. What number multiplied by 3 equals almost 18? And I know that 3 times 6 equals 18. So I know that 6 is our number, and that equals 18. So the answer is going to be 6. So the 3 can go into the 19 6 times. 6 times 3 equals 18. Now we have to multiply to see if we have any remainders. So take away 18 from 19, and the remainder is 1. Then you align the decimal point, and now we have 7/10. And the 1 becomes a tenth, so that's 17/10. Now again, we got to look for a number that equals 17 if you think of a multiplication. So let's do this one below the one that we used. 3 times a number that equals a number close to 17, and I think the number is 5. So that will equal 15, right? So now we know that the 3 can go into the 17. We said 5 times. 5 times 3 equals 15. You subtract the 15 from the 17, and the answer is 2. Okay, now we are getting closer to the answer. We also still have 1 0 here, so we have to lower it now. And now we're going to have 20 hundredths. And we ask ourselves, how many times the 3 goes into the 20? Again, if you look for a number that is close to 20, sorry, there should be equal sign. A number that is close to 20 will be probably 6, right? 3 times 6 equals 18. So that's 18. That's the one that is closest to 20. So this is going to be our answer. So we write it on the quotient. 6 times 3 equals 18 minus 20 minus 18, and the remainder is 2. Again, we can make this into thousands, so we can finish finding the answer at the end. If you look at this now, this number 20 is going to repeat again, so it's going to give us the same answer. So the 3 goes into the 20 6 times. 6 times 3 equals 18. And the remainder is 2. See, now it's going to repeat 2, 2. So now we know that the answer is this, that each of these days for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, each day he installed the same amount of fence in meters. So again, my friends, watch this video. Remember, this is thinking time, applying the skills that you know. Signing out, your coach. I hope you get this. Practice it. Don't be afraid. Venture to think. Signing out, your coach, Mr. Magno.